While I was away on a trip to see Coldplay in Wisconsin, some drama started popping up within the Roblox community. It involved a supposed religion that has taken a community by storm. How so? We'll be discussing that and more in this video. So, what is this religion that has taken the Roblox community by storm? It is one known as Spawnism. In a nutshell, Spawnism is a religion that revolves around the respawn icon on the Roblox platform. The image itself is an asset from the program Paint Shop Pro. Anyway, Spawnism involves people worshipping the respawn symbol, which is very unusual. This is usually done through various behaviors and activities, which we'll discuss later. In addition, Spawnism itself originates from the Roblox game Forsaken. It specifically comes from a character named Two Time. In summary, Spawnism is a fictional religion from Forsaken that is not meant to be taken seriously. With that said, you're probably wondering why Spawnism has become known as a bad thing. It's mainly to do with how the Roblox community has responded to Spawnism. Like we said earlier, Spawnism is a religion that revolves around worshipping the Roblox respawn icon. It's not meant to be taken seriously. However, a good number of people within the Roblox community have started to take it seriously. What exactly have they done? Some examples include minors being manipulated and being made to hurt themselves. Let me elaborate on the latter. One way that a person can show their devotion to Spawnism is by embedding the logo on their skin. Various methods can be used to put the Spawnism logo onto someone's skin. It becomes really clear why this is a bad thing. People are legitimately hurting themselves as a way to practice Spawnism. It does not stop there though. A majority of the people doing this are underage, meaning they're minors. There's no reason for minors to be doing this, as it just leads to them physically hurting themselves. Something that doesn't help the situation is that most of the minors who are doing this type of stuff are mentally ill. It would explain why they participate in this kind of behavior, but it's still very sad and dangerous. What about the manipulation aspect of Spawnism? Essentially, people are being manipulated into joining the Spawnism religion and worshipping the Roblox respawn symbol. Remember how I said that people practicing Spawnism will carve the respawn logo on their bodies? This type of behavior is encouraged by the people behind Spawnism. Adding on to this, these people behind Spawnism tend to target minors who are emotionally vulnerable. This is how they are able to pressure kids into hurting themselves in the name of the Roblox respawn logo. It has even been claimed that the people behind Spawnism are grooming people into doing these behaviors as well. Knowing what people have seen the believers of Spawnism do, I would believe it if this was the case. There is one other thing regarding Spawnism that I want to discuss. The influence of Spawnism has reached a point where literal kids are ending their own lives. In late July of 2025, news began circulating that a kid practicing Spawnism had taken their own life. This was announced in a Discord server related to the Spawnism religion. Needless to say, this led to a lot of backlash against the religion. Fucking disgusting. The thing is, he probably made her do it with all the disgusting things he has done. He admitted he wanted to make 2 little girls end their own lives. What? I swear to God, humanity is cooked. Imagine you are a parent and find out your kid ended themselves over a Roblox cult. What kind of sick fuck Spawnism would even do to such kids? This is mandatory. This is fucking wrong. We need the entire authority on this prick. Based on this and everything else we have discussed, it becomes very clear that Spawnism is a literal threat to the well-being of underage people within the Roblox community. A good number of them are literally harming themselves by carving the Roblox respawn logo on their bodies. It's made a lot worse when realizing that almost all of the kids participating in Spawnism are mentally ill, meaning they are more impressionable. Considering everything we have said, who are some of the people behind Spawnism? One of the most notable figures is a person named Chessbull. Let me just say that there is a lot to talk about regarding this person. For one, he is a really manipulative person. There are a lot of chatlogs that prove this, some of which we'll be reading below. Yes, but there are people who care for me. As I have said, you may speak with them, but do not listen to what they say about Spawnism, as it will mislead you to a path of anti-spawn. But even then, if I leave Spawnism, I wouldn't be anti-spawn. I wouldn't mind Spawnists. I just don't know fully. The Spawn Lords will be very angry if you leave, since you have done so much for us. They're all very proud of you. You would not want to lose that. Yeah, but I hurt my friends by being in this religion. I'm devoted, but I'm scared because I feel bad for my friends who think I left them. It could be something easy, yes. But how can I believe that you will not simply leave again? I won't, I promise. I sense you will flee from the spawn again. Are you positive? Is that why you called my server fucked up? I'm sorry. I have seen your tweets. You must prove yourself. Based on all of these screenshots, it's very clear that Chessable is a horrible and manipulative person. However, there's a lot more evidence that show off his true nature. If people attempt to call out Chessable for his bad behavior, he'll usually threaten them with some pretty mean stuff. For example, in this screenshot, he threatened someone with, quote, sending people to your house. He followed it up with the threat of ending the life of one of that person's relatives. Needless to say, Chessable is straight up bluffing. He can't actually do that to people. Considering how bad Chessable is, you're probably wondering if anything bad has happened to him. Surprisingly enough, yes. As of this video being recorded, Chessable has allegedly been arrested by the police. Over on Discord, a user shared a screenshot of the Cyber Tipline website. If one thinks about it, it becomes extremely obvious that they reported Chessable to the proper authorities. Considering the nature of his crimes, this move makes a lot of sense. In addition to this, a user who previously reported Chessable was able to get a friend to contact the police and open a case. We're doing it right now. Cammy's on the phone with the police right now, and I'm about to fill out the form. Slay, sorry I fell back asleep, how'd it go? It went well. I think they sent an officer over and they also opened a case. Yeah. Once news of this broke out, people began celebrating the beginning of Chessable's downfall. There have been other allegations regarding Chessable, but these are unconfirmed. What do I mean by this? It has been alleged that Chessable has a very strong attraction to wearing diapers. Of course, that's a bizarre thing to be into, but if Chessable is confirmed to indeed be into this stuff, then more power to him. Anyway, why is this relevant? It has also been alleged that Chessable's own father found out about this and yelled at him for having this fetish.
Are you fucking stupid?
I did not do it.
Don't fucking Jesus Christ!
Just delete it.
Okay, if somebody gets this, they can do damage to you. What's this? Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Think! Discord, stay the fuck off this goddamn site!
If anyone is wondering why I only showed a screen recording, it's because the original video has since been taken down from YouTube. Specifically, the channel the video was uploaded to was terminated from the YouTube platform. Like I said earlier, this allegation has not been confirmed to be true, so take it with a grain of salt. All in all, Chessable is one of the worst people behind the Spawnism religion, having an alleged fetish and being a very toxic person. Thankfully, people have reported him to the authorities, who seem to be doing with the case at the moment. There is one more figure of note that we'll be discussing. They are someone known as the Spawn Father. According to his bio, he is the father to 200 Spawnists. What this means, I have no idea. Anyway, he is just as bad as Chessable, if not worse. For one, the Spawn Father has managed to manipulate people into thinking he can do no wrong. A document by a Twitter user known as ToasterXP shows a lot of evidence of people viewing the Spawn Father as a literal god. Anti-Spawn Father people were talking about me on what is basically Twitter VC. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I think I know which one. Don't believe what they say. I won't. The Father is a good person. Father is a great person. He may just be a little uneducated. Reminder that the Spawn Father is the best Spawnist. I don't know, people are accusing Father too much, I just want to yell at them so bad. Then do it. Oh, fuck my anger issues. Yell at them, gang. This makes a lot of sense, as Spawnism is said to be a cult, of which the Spawn Father would be the leader. Knowing how leaders of such groups tend to be, the Spawn Father manipulating his subjects into viewing him as incapable of doing wrong makes a lot of sense. However, the allegations against him do not stop there. It has even been alleged that the Spawn Father himself is a groomer. Why do people believe this? It has to do with statements made by the Spawn Father themselves. The Spawn Father has stated that they are 22 years old as of this video being recorded. Hey Father, how old are you? Early 20s. I'm ancient. This is proven because I played Roblox in 2012. I'm 22. In addition to this, the Spawn Father dated someone who was potentially underage. Of course, this is a big problem and even illegal. Considering how damning this evidence is, how did the Spawn Father respond to the allegations? Believe it or not, he blamed one of his victims for his behavior. Firstly, my server members can confirm that throughout Cube's stay at my Discord server, she repeatedly flirted with me on multiple occasions in front of everyone in our general chat. Her flirtations were a common occurrence in our community. Due to the flirting going on between us, things started to head in a direction to form a relationship, where Cube proceeded to ask me out to be her boyfriend. She was entirely responsible for instigating this relationship. Needless to say, this put the Spawn Father in an even worse light. One other problem with the Spawn Father is that they have admitted to wanting to say slurs without consequence. They have also shared the view that words cannot be reclaimed, even going as far as to ban anyone who says otherwise. My people are free to say what they want about whoever they want, as long as they are not actively attacking people with a targeted harassment campaign. What the fuck is reclaim? You don't reclaim speech. Everyone should be entitled to say what they want even if there is risk of offense. That's what freedom means. Banned from the Spawn Father's home because I said saying slurs is wrong if you cannot reclaim them. He just said reclaiming isn't real and just didn't apologize for saying a slur. It was a transphobic slur. He also made fun of disabled people. In a nutshell, the Spawn Father is an overall creepy, manipulative, and abusive figure who has used Spawnism to prey on his followers. Whether he or Chessbo's worse is up for debate, but based on the evidence provided in this video, the Spawn Father is a legitimate threat to the Roblox community. Considering the fact that Spawnism originates from the Roblox game Forsaken, how did the developers of the game respond to the drama? It's likely how you'd expect. On July 7th, 2025, one of the owners of Forsaken, Haitoko, posted a thread on Twitter regarding Spawnism and how it is merely a piece of fiction. Spawnism is not real. Two-time story is a mockery of blind belief, a mockery of following the words of others and their false beliefs. How following these kinds of beliefs can cause you to lose what you love most, and lead you into a spiral of insanity and anguish. We've made numerous announcements about this, but as more eyes are put on it, this is worth putting out there more. If you believe in Spawnism, then you are not welcomed. We have mods who actively hunt these servers and people down, ban them, and terminate their servers, and so on. Please seek out help if you truly believe in this stuff. More in this image attached. And for those who are young and impressionable, these people who I know follow me, please seek help out from professionals. You are sending yourself down a spiral of insanity, pain, false beliefs, and terror by believing what you are. Especially failing to see the core message of the story of a character that I see many of these people take influence from. You know a situation is bad when the developers of a game relating to a fake religion have to speak out regarding said religion. It's honestly very sad how a creation related to Forsaken has turned into a religion that has harmed hundreds of underage people in the Roblox community. Going back to something we said earlier, the idea of Spawnism originates from the Forsaken character Two Time. In the game, Two Time was part of a cult that believes in respawning. This meant that they worshipped the Roblox respawn symbol. Two Time's belief in this got to the point where he murdered his own friend and wrote the words "glory to the spawn" on a photo of the two. Of course, this is just fiction. However, the Spawnism religion acts as if this is not the case, and that the belief of respawning is legitimate. All in all, it's very sad how the developers of Forsaken created something for fun, yet people had to ruin their work and use it to manipulate minors into hurting themselves. Roblox YouTuber Creecraft made a video talking about Spawnism, and the following clip sums up my thoughts on the entire Spawnism situation pretty well.
Okay, if you legitimately believe that Spawnism is a real thing, you need help. You need to get off the internet and you need to go get help, all right? Because if you believe that this is real, then you are not mentally well, okay? You are not okay. You need help, all right? And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying that to be, politically incorrect here or anything. Get help.
If there's anything to be learned from this video, it's that Spawnism has done nothing but bad things to the Roblox community. People have used it to manipulate underage people into doing all sorts of actions, some of which include hurting themselves. What makes it worse is that a lot of people who practice Spawnism are underage people with mental health issues. This makes them a lot more vulnerable and easy to manipulate. Some people have gone as far as to literally carve the Roblox respawn logo onto their bodies. It's just very dark and morbid. Needless to say, if you believe in Spawnism, you need to get help. It's not worth hurting yourself just so you can show your devotion to an image of a respawn logo. Spawnism is not real, and it will not grant you a second life. It's a piece of fiction that originates from a Roblox game. If you want me to make more Roblox related videos, let me know in the comments below. With everything being said, feel free to watch this video next.